Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome. Okay, let's talk money dates. Did you know that you are in a relationship with your money? And I would invite you to look at the quality of that relationship. Is it one of reverence, respect, love, gratitude, or is it one of frustration, anger, resentment? Okay. So, the reason it is important to address this relationship is because when you start giving it love and attention, you will begin to see major shifts in your financial situation. Okay. So as you start showing up and stewarding over your money, okay, things will begin to shift. Now, why will they begin to shift? They will begin to shift for two reasons. One, strategy. Two, energetics and mindset. Okay. So strategy first. Much like if you're going to build a house, you need to physically show up and work on building the house. Okay. So same thing here. Okay. As you show up and you manage your money, you organize your money, the physical attention of that will yield results. That alone. Okay. So you need to do it. You can't lean, you can't not show up, right? You need to give it some attention. Okay. And then there is the energetic piece. Now, when you talk about manifestation, if you've studied manifestation, right, there are three major pieces to manifestation. Okay. There is the feeling part, there is the belief, and there is the attention. Okay. So here I'm talking about the attention, right? Where your attention goes, energy flows. And also, there are a number of pieces when we're looking at the energetics and mindset portion of financial development, right? It's addressing limiting beliefs. It's addressing personal wounds around money. It's addressing any type of worthiness issues we have. It's addressing our ancestral lineage and any wounding from that. Looking at outdated programming. Okay, looking at our spending habits and how they relate to how we move in the world in terms of finances related to all of those things. Because we've all heard, we all know the story of the person who wins the lottery and then spends it all or loses it all, or the person who makes a lot of money in their business, but it slips through their fingertips like melted butter. Okay. So for this reason, we need to address the mindset and the energetics because otherwise you will not be able to hold on to everything that's coming in. And that's if you figure it out. So even if you figured out how to bring the money in, how to call it in, how to bring it in, that's step number one. And then step number two, also understanding how to hold on to it and how to be able to steward over it, both the strategy and the energetic piece of it. Okay. So how do we have a money date? Okay. The money date begins with preparation for the money date. So what I invite you to do is I invite you to go shopping and I invite you to pick a beautiful candle. Okay. Whatever your jam is. Do you like the scented candles or, my personal favorites are the beeswax, natural candles. Okay, so just pick a beautiful candle that calls to you, and that when you bring it home and light it, will invoke the feeling in you that you would have if you were already holding that which you're calling in. So let's say you're desiring to have a seven-figure net worth, to be a millionaire, or to have a multiple seven-figure net worth and be a multimillionaire. How do you think you would feel on the other side of that? Would it be, wow, I finally arrived? Or just this excitement of, oh, I can't believe I did it. Or this like great satisfaction, or just this like pure joy, jumping up for joy. So look for a candle or just this like calm, serene, I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. It was in me all along. I'm so proud of me. Yay, me. Okay. So finding a candle that already embodies that and will um, make you already feel like you already have it. Okay. So you buy the candle and you bring it home. Okay. And then what you do is you set aside some time, some quiet time of when you're going to have the money date. Okay. And what you're going to do is you want to do this on a clean desk. You don't want to do it on a cluttered desk, right? So if it means that, okay, mentally you tell yourself, you schedule it into your calendar, right? You say, okay, Friday afternoon, Friday night, Sunday morning, okay, I'm going to have this money date. Okay, schedule it in your calendar. And leading up to that, you make sure that the space that you're going to work on is clear. Okay, so then you find that quiet, comfortable space. Okay, you play some nice music, you light a candle, you light that candle. Okay, you make your favorite drink. Okay, you make the space cozy. I like to light my Himalayan salt lamp. Okay, smudge if you'd like, or spray a room spray or like a smudge spray. Okay, and you bring whatever you need. So whether that's your journal, whether that's your calendar, your planner, your laptop. For me, the majority of mine is just done on my laptop. Okay, so that's kind of the let's set the mood. Okay, that's setting the mood. Much like you would set the mood for a date, whether you're having a romantic evening in or out, right? And so you're setting the mood for your money date. And if you're feeling resistance to showing up for the money date, then what you do is you set a timer for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you say to yourself, come what may, let's say 20 minutes to start. You say, come what may, I know that this may be uncomfortable. I'm experiencing these different feelings of discomfort, but I'm going to show up and I'm going to sit and steward over my money. I'm going to go through this money agenda, this money date agenda checklist that Digmara has created. I'm just going to show up and I'm going to give my financial situation some attention. And then when that 20 minutes is done, when the timer goes off, I'm done. I don't have to think about it until the next money date. And I will reward myself with something like a hot bubble bath or a walk on the beach. Okay. Okay. So that's number one. And then from there, you get into your money date. And the first time that you're going to do this, what you want to do is you want to really take stock of your financial situation. And really, what you're trying to do is you're trying to assess your financial landscape. So you want to go ahead and create a spreadsheet and you want to collect all of your financial data to arrive at that final number of what is your net worth. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to list all of your assets, right? Fixed and liquid. Okay. So every single account that you have, whether it's an investment account or it's a checking or savings account, you want to list, okay, all of those accounts. You want to list any real estate property that you own. I don't typically list cars, but list any real estate property that you own and how much that property's worth, right? And then in your liabilities column, right, in your debt column, you would list the mortgage owing and then any other loans, whether it's a student loan, personal loan, home equity line of credit loan, you would list those as well. And then you would take your assets, total them up. That's your total assets. Then you take your liabilities, total all those up, and then you subtract the liabilities from the assets, ideally, okay? And you will end up with your total net worth. Okay, so that is the start of the money date, like your big kickoff the first time that you're doing it. And then after that, it's all the other regular things that you're just showing up and stewarding over. You're addressing finances in the past, any debt. Okay, you're addressing that. You're addressing the current situation. Okay, you are, paying your regular bills, automating where you can. Okay, looking at, you're doing your tax planning, you're doing your investment planning, you are leveraging any tax programs that you can, right? And then you're investing and you're planning for the future. It's really that simple every single month or every couple of weeks or every week, whatever makes sense and feels comfortable for you. So I would invite you to get started because as you do this, you will just become more and more comfortable and you will just watch your net worth grow. And what I will say to you as well is that, and this is part of the reason why in the Money Date program I included the grounding meditation, because if you find yourself experiencing a lot of resistance and a lot of discomfort, then what I would encourage you to do is to look at your nervous system and the state of your nervous system. And I would look into regulating the nervous system. And that's also where, that falls under the umbrella of the energetics and the mindset. Because often what I have found is that the clients that I work with, often what I found is that they actually need to work on that piece in order to be able to feel safe and secure. Because the root chakra, which is all about safety and security, right? It's the root, it's the foundational chakra, it's the first chakra. It's money and our the quality of our financial situation and the quality of our financial mindset is deeply related to that. And this is, as I said, why I created the grounding meditation and why I include it for free in the Money Date program. So I love you and I wish you all the love and aloha as you embark on this beautiful journey to financial independence and freedom.